Here today with Coach Stephen Dixon of the Houston High Bulldogs. How you doing today, Coach?
Oh man, I am doing phenomenal. Just going out and getting some things, getting ready for workouts here in a little bit.
Well, let's start off with one of the things I'm trying to cover in these interviews is if you will, the path that coaches take throughout their career. So if you could, if you don't mind, take us through your coaching career from your first job as an assistant to where you are now.
Oh man, I first started off actually working as a grad assistant coach from my alma mater at the University of Houston. Got through playing there and tried to make it to the top spots in the NFL, but that didn't work out and started as a grad assistant coach and at the University of Houston. And then from there, ended up getting married and got a full-time job working at St. Thomas private school in '96. And then after that, we ended up going off to coach at my alma mater where I played football at Willow Ridge. I coached there for 4 years before moving on to Smiley High School as a defensive coordinator. Coached there for 4 years before moving on to Reagan, which is now Heights, in 2004. And was the offensive coordinator from 2004 to 2008 at Reagan, and then got elevated to the head coaching position in 2008. So been a head coach here at Reagan Heights for the last 14 years, and definitely it's been a great ride so far. Just getting the program to where it is now, to a very, very, very respectable program when it wasn't that when I first took over.
And now you've worked under several different head coaches, and now you're the head coach yourself. So you've taken a lot of different things from a lot of different coaches. Now you're in the role of being a mentor to your assistant coaches, preparing them for the next stop and whatever is going to be next for them. Talk a little bit about that role of coaching coaches.
Oh man, just being in the position I am, I think in this day and age, especially coaching in the inner city, you gotta have a little bit of empathy. And I'm not to the point where you're just letting kids just run and do what they want, but you gotta understand a lot of kids that you're coaching, they don't have the economic background or the socioeconomic background or even the financial means to be able to do things that they want to do. So you have to kind of work through some things in that regard. And sometimes you get coaches that never coached or never been around an environment, and they don't understand it. And that's something that I have to kind of coach my coaches and get them to understand. Some kid may be able to. They may have to miss a couple of workouts here and there, or maybe even a couple of practices because they have to go to work and support their family, help to pay bills, things of that nature, and just helping those guys to understand where you're coaching and kind of work through it, so the kids will understand this coach just not only cares about me on the football field, he also cares about me off. And when you can get that and get those kids to understand that, these kids will run through a brick wall for you when they know that you sincerely care about them outside of football.
Now, the past couple of years, there's been some of the bigger ISD schools have had success. Austin LPJ has been state semifinalist, state finalist, and of course, this year Dallas South Oak Cliff broke through and won a state title.
Correct.
What does that mean to really any inner city program?
Well, it just shows me and shows my kids that it can be done. I think from the outside looking in, a lot of people just feel like, hey, the inner city schools don't have the resources. So because they don't have the resources, they can't win a state championship. They can't be successful. They can't get kids recruited to get scholarships to go off to college. I think that's kind of the thinking of people that are outside that don't coach or never have coached inner city kids. I think with somebody winning a state championship or even going to a state championship game, I think that mantra definitely has changed or definitely can change. And that's something that I tell my coaches and something I tell my kids, look, some of these schools are in the same position you guys are in. I don't want you guys to give excuses. I just want results. And not listen to the outside noise of people telling you, you don't have this, you don't have that. You don't have what Katy has. You don't have what North Shore has. You don't have what Duncanville has. You don't have what Austin Westlake has. You don't have what Alito has. And then there are a lot of just great programs out there that we don't have those things that they have, but you still can grind and get the work done and still achieve the same things that those schools have achieved.
All right, now let's talk more specifically a little football. What are the 2022 Bulldogs looking like?
Man, I will tell you, last year, after coming off a year where we won district and, we beat Lamar, we broke the 70, I believe it was 73 game winning streak. We were very young, but very talented last year, but very young. I'll tell you what, I really think just with the kids that we got coming up, we got the kids we have coming back, there's a legit chance that, there's a possibility. I feel like we have a chance to make that same type of run that LBJ made, that Stock made. I really feel like we have a chance to do that. And it's probably the first time I've really, really felt that we have a legit chance to kind of make a run like that with the talent that we have. I know it's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to kind of conquer and overcome. But we have some very special kids that are coming up. And I got some good classes in all my classes, but the 2025 class is a pretty special class that's going to be coming up. There are a lot of guys in that class that are probably going to be nationally known and probably get nationally known here probably within the next couple of months. And I'd probably say there are about 7 or 8 of them that are going to be on that radar like that.
Okay, so when I come out to a game this year, what are the names I need to make sure I know how to spell?
Well, I mean, just starting off, we got a quarterback that's, he's been waiting his time. He'll be a senior next year. Alan Rainey is going to be a name to look out for. He's 6'4", about 215, quarterback that's a dual threat that can throw it, but he is a phenomenal runner. You got a receiver, some receiving core in Emil Carr Frazier. That's going to be coming back. He was a starter last year, but also have another young man that's coming in named T-Von Misher. He's going to be one of the most known named kids in Houston here pretty soon as well. Up front, I think the name that everybody knows is Frank Moss. Big lineman, has been a starter for us since his freshman year, has a University of Houston offer. One of the strongest, probably the strongest lineman I've ever coached. He just squatted 635 last week and bench press 350 as a sophomore. He's going to be just a beast. You got Richard Casares, who's going to be up and coming 2024 offensive lineman. And there's a freshman, that's going to be coming up named Devin Ferris. That's going to be nationally known recruit. Right now, he's 6'5", 6'6", about 290. He's going to end up being a five-star young man. Definitely going to be a starter for us. I think that's where our strength is going to be is up front for us this upcoming year. Defensively, I think David Nico, who's a starting linebacker, he's about 6'1", 215. He has a chance to be the defensive MVP of the district. He's that good. And we got some secondary guys that are going to be coming back as well. And Jared Sutton, Noah Sowell, and two freshmen that are going to be coming up that I feel are going to be five-star type kids, in Broderick Brown and Connor Brown, and also another one that's going to be big time, and his name is Joseph Diaz. Linebacker core, you got David Nico, Jalen Bims, Paul Smith, and up front you got you know probably two kids that are going to end up being big time in a 2025 class. Josiah Pratt, nose guard, about 6'1", 310, and then a freshman 2025 DN named Jordan Covell that's 6'4", 6'5", about 250. On top of Hezekiah Adams, a returning starter from last year, who's about 6'1", 6'2", about 280. So I think defense is going to be our strength, but we're going to have a very, very, very capable offense that's able to put up some big numbers.
All right. So one more thing before we go, probably the hardest question. What's one thing about Stephen Dixon that most people probably don't know?
I would probably say that a lot of people probably think that I'm outspoken, but I'm probably one of the most humble people that you probably could ever meet. I'm extremely confident in what I do, but I'm very quiet. I kind of do things behind closed doors that don't require a lot of attention. I'm not a me guy. I'm a we guy. I'm not a my guy. Again, I'm an our guy. So that's something that I always say to my coaches. I always say to my players is we're all in this together. I'm not a credit seeker. That's something that I really take pride in is just giving credit to everybody else and just not taking credit at all, just giving credit to everybody else. I'm just a very unselfish head coach.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks very much for your time today, and best of luck on the upcoming season.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. I appreciate you having the time to talk to me today.